My name is Shaylee. I am a freelance social media director based in Seattle, Washington. You can probably tell it's very gray here right now. The Seattle winters, this is what it looks like here. It's gray, it's overcast, but it's also very beautiful. Everything is very green. The mountain is beautiful. The rivers are beautiful. So you win some and you lose some. Today I have two main objectives, and that is to work on content for my business, Burnt Toast Online, and to work on content for my client, a meal delivery service up in Seattle. Anytime I create a to-do list, for the most part, unless there's like a major deadline coming, I try to work on my own business's tasks first and then work on client tasks after 12 o'clock every single day. The reason I do this is because I view my business as like my most valued client. It's what has the potential to make me the most money. I'm never gonna fire myself, so it's the most loyal client that I have. And I find that when I finish my business tasks, then it kind of gives me that energy to work on other companies as well. Like working on my business gets my creative juices flowing, and then I have that energy ready for my clients afterwards. Got this book called The Artist's Way. I'm definitely a much more left brain sort of person. I feel like left brain people love Atomic Habits, right brain people love The Artist's Way. I love Atomic Habits, and The Artist's Way is going to be a challenge for me, but I think it's going to be a really good book to help me kind of tap into my creative side more, especially as I go into 2025. I just want to be more creative in my business overall. So we are going to start by working on our morning pages from The Artist's Way. This is The Artist's Way. It is a 12-week course that's meant to help people tap into their creativity. I'm a creative person, but I definitely feel like I could be more of a creative person. I think I lean definitely a little bit more left brain, but everyone has the capacity to be creative, so that is why I decided to get this book. It was also on sale on Amazon for $10 instead of $20, so I figured why not. So basically, the premise of The Artist's Way is that you are just doing a lot of writing, and the goal is to push past these creative blocks and to kind of connect with your inner creativity, whatever that looks like for you. Basically, every week you are assigned different tasks to do to try and unlock your creativity. But one task that you do every day for the entire 12 weeks course of this book is you do your morning pages. The morning pages are 3 pages of longhand writing, strictly stream of consciousness. There's no wrong way to do the morning pages. These daily morning meanderings are not meant to be art or even writing. I stress that point to reassure the non-writers working with this book. Writing is simply one of the tools. The pages are meant to be simply the act of moving the hand across the page and writing down whatever comes to mind. They recommend writing. Well, they don't recommend, they say it's longhand writing, stream of consciousness on a piece of paper. So I was going to use my computer for this, but I'm trying to follow the rules. To be honest with you, knowing myself, I feel like I'm probably going to ditch the paper at some point, but I may as well try. So I am going to turn off my camera, turn off my computer, and I'm going to spend 20 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes, writing 3 pages of longhand stream of consciousness writing to try to unlock my inner creative. Well, I just did my morning pages. It took me, I don't know how long it took me. I didn't time myself, and it was really good. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. Basically journaling, forcing yourself to journal for 3 pages, no matter what you say, no matter what comes to your mind. And I really feel like when you work in social media, I'm sure you can relate. Your mind is just, it feels stuck sometimes because you consume so much content for yourself, for your clients, and then it inevitably just gets all mixed together. And I feel like consuming so much has really like mucked up my brain. And so turning everything off and writing for 3 pages, I feel like I don't know, it feels like something unclogged. And now I'm like really understanding the importance of doing morning pages every day for 12 weeks. And I think maybe I am going to try actually doing it every day. Before I was going to try doing it every other day, but now I'm wondering if I really should do it every day. So yeah, so far my review of The Artist's Way, pretty good. So now what I want to do is spend 10 minutes on Threads. I find that if I don't limit myself with Threads, that I will just be on there for 30 minutes. I've just really found that community building is really important when you are an online business owner of any type. And so I'm going to spend probably, let's do 15 minutes today, 15 minutes on Threads. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer for 15 minutes and go on Threads. I typically try not to watch things while I'm working anymore, just because I find that it's like hard for me to create and write when I'm watching like a video. But while I'm on Threads, I love the Dr. John Deloney show. It's so good. He's a therapist, and I just like listening to his podcast and his YouTube show because I used to go to therapy myself, but I went to like a woman therapist because I'm a woman. But I've never heard a male therapist before. And so I just think it's interesting hearing the male perspective on things. But he also has like a lot of experience working with different types of people and in different types of situations. So it's just kind of a fun thing to listen to in the background. Okay, so I'm checking with my to-do list. I did my morning pages, and now I have to write this week's newsletter / script this week's YouTube video. Those are the same things for me. And then film 3 videos for TikTok and design and write 3 posts for Instagram. So that's still a lot. I think I'm going to start with filming 3 videos for TikTok because I'm like a little bit creatively inspired after doing my morning pages, and I just have some stuff to say. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my trusty green notebook right here. Anyone who works from home, if you're a social media manager, have a scratch notebook on hand at all times. I have been doing this since I started social media since I started social media marketing back in like 2017. And here you can just see. It's literally just like no rhyme or reason. It's not pretty. It's just a ton of notes. I think that it's extremely important to have something like this because it's just where you brainstorm. And when you work in social media, you're creating ideas for yourself, ideas for clients, ideas for the company. And anytime I have an idea, I just write it down and usually review my notes like at the end of the day or at the end of the week. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm about to film 3 TikTok videos. So if you're trying to post more on TikTok, I've had like pretty decent success on TikTok. All of my largest clients have found me through TikTok. I definitely think it's worth doing. And so I'm going to show you my process for just coming up with an idea, scripting the video, and then filming and posting it. Okay, so the very first thing I do is I look through my TikTok liked posts. Just to see what I've been liking this week, what I've been liking lately, because it gives me inspiration for what I'm going to post. So you can see, here's one I liked. Here's another one. So I've been really liking Instagram carousels recently, and I think I might do one of those. And my immediate thought is to do it based off of these books. I love reading like business books, productivity books, and I think that my ideal client would like that too. So I think I'm going to film a carousel with different books that social media managers would be interested in. So that's video number 1. And I'm going to write that down. I literally just try to take like 30 seconds or less to just look through TikTok, be like, oh, I kind of like that video concept. I'm going to do something about that. I like that video topic. I'm going to do something about that. Write it down and then move on. Okay, so the concept for this TikTok video is a face down. So my phone is right here, face down, writing a content strategy. Here's my notebook right here. What I will usually do is put a script up on my computer, or just like put my notes up on my computer. This way I have something to like easily reference, especially if I'm doing this like whole writing thing. I need to have like what I'm writing down like here in front of my face, because otherwise I just like mess up a lot. Okay, I feel like this turned out pretty good. Here, I'll show you. How do you launch a YouTube channel on Instagram? Well, let's do it together. The first thing we're going to do is determine our goals with Instagram. And our goal is to increase awareness for the YouTube channel and get a little bit of engagement going. Are people excited about the channel? Next thing we're going to do is work on our key metrics. How are we going to measure if our goals are successful? So I'm going to focus on link clicks, comments, shares, and saves. But how often do we need to post? Well, let's look at our social media analytics and just try to take some educated guesses from there. I'm going to guess 5 times a week. Now, I know I want to post this banner, and that's going to take 3 static posts, so that's going to take up 3 static posts. I know I'm going to want to post a YouTube thumbnail and a video actually advertising the YouTube channel. That adds up to 5 posts. Who is my audience? My audience are in-house social media managers, so all of the content will be geared toward that person. Now I'm going to fill out my Monday through Friday posting schedule and go ahead and plug everything into Notion. How do we get people excited? Well, tomorrow's video will tell you how. Okay, so I've been working all day, but I can officially check off a few things off of my to-do list, which means I've only got one thing left to do for my business. I have all of my clients' work to do after this. So let's do it together. Okay, so I did my morning pages. Check. I filmed 3 videos for TikTok. Check. And I also can use those videos for Instagram. Check. So that means I'm now going to work on this week's newsletter and script this week's YouTube video. I basically use the same document for both things, and that way it's like a good way of working smarter, not harder. It is now Thursday, so 2 days later, and I realized I never filmed an outro. Basically, I worked the entirety of Tuesday. I think I got like too busy to film like part way through the afternoon, but I still wanted to wrap this video up. So thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Shaylee. My channel is very small, very tiny, so any view really means a lot to me. I'm now offering one-on-one consulting for other social media managers. I help train social media managers how to do their jobs effectively and well. So if that's something that you would be interested in, I left a link for an application in my caption below. One other thing, I'm pretty active over on Instagram. I post just about like every day, or at least to my stories. And so if you have any questions about anything specific, you can just go ahead and send me a DM over on Instagram, and I'll get back to you probably within a day or 2.